She said that American soccer fans, most of them aren't smart. They don't know the game. They don't understand.
Gio.
That guy gazpacho.
Sports can take a lame gorilla, okay?
Advice, did you know that Arsenal died?
He's got me buzzing.
Up the topies. It's hard to up them anyway.
I'm not even going to comment on that. Boys, let's get into the U.S. men's national team corner before the first Mauricio Pochettino roster is released on Wednesday, October 2nd in the morning. U.S. Soccer has already teased it. Boys, what do we expect from this one? I know a lot of people are saying that Mauricio Pochettino is so different. He's going to shake up everything. I'm kind of under the assumption that's going to be relatively the same with maybe one or two surprises. Are you guys on that same boat? Do you think it's going to be major shocking surprises? Do you think it's going to be, oh, yeah, this is the exact same roster? Or what are you expecting, Mike? Well, his internet sucks,
I'm
Nick,
back.
so we're
I'm
going
back.
with you.
I think I don't think anything can surprise me, you know? Like, I think I can expect anything at this point. The only thing that would really surprise me is one of our main guys being dropped who's on form, which, I mean, really is just Pulisic. Like, if he drops Pulisic, then yes, I'll be surprised. But, I mean, even McKennie, I know, has gone back in the Juventus starting 11. I wouldn't be shocked if he's not on there, you know, just trying to give other guys a look. I think he will be, for the record, but I wouldn't be completely shocked. Wouldn't be shocked if he drops a guy like Pepe. Wouldn't be shocked if he drops a guy even like Ballo, even though, again, I expect at least Ballo to be on there. Maybe not Pepe, I don't know. But that's really all I'm seeing. I'm wondering if it's going to be like some guy added that we haven't really heard of, or at least me and Mike, because Flags has heard of every American under the sun. But it might be interesting there. I am excited to see the roster, but if I'm being honest, I want to see them play. What's he going to do? What are the tactics? What's it going to look like? What's the formation going to look like? So I think whoever is there, he's going to get the most out of them. He's known for doing that. And excited to see who gets a shot. It's definitely going to be a big confidence boost to whoever gets that call up, because first one under a new manager is a big deal.
Yeah. Well, with Chris Richards out, I heard there is a center back from Chicago Rec Leagues, a certain Mike, quote unquote, Mike Tracy, coming to the U.S. men's national team.
Tracy, not as fast as he used to be.
I hate to break that news here in front of you, Mike.
Tim Ream would give me a race, and I don't think I'd win it. So please don't call me up for everybody's sake. I don't think there is that much that could surprise me, like Nick said. But my reasoning being, I don't think our player pool is all that deep. Like, I don't think there are that many names he can pull out of his hat. We know who the guys are for the most part. The only thing that could surprise me is if he pulls out some like dual nat who he didn't know was going to be involved. One that comes to mind is that Stuttgart center back. I think he's Japanese as well.
Arnie Chase.
Yeah. Like,
His name's Arnie.
If he pulled him into camp, I'd be like, holy shit. I mean, look at the pull of Poch. This is a statement. There's a few goalkeepers who fall into that as well, but I'm not expected to be surprised. I think he'll keep it pretty standard, get to know the guys a little bit. The bigger surprises will probably be in the tactics and in the starting 11 rather than the roster itself.
Sneaky John Brooks.
He doesn't have a club at the moment, so I
love
say
me some
probably
Johnny
not.
Brooks. Get him back.
Sneaky John Brooks. Bundesliga 2, I thought.
I think what the surprise may be, or surprise for maybe most, obviously I'm predicting it here, so it's probably not too big of surprises, is in the goalkeeper department. I mean, Ethan Horvath has been dropped to the second string of the championship, so he's, I'd imagine, just not in.
Retire blood.
I don't know if he's going to be calling in Gaga Slonina. There is no international break for League One, and he's also young. Dio Kochin has a slight injury, so he's out. You're kind of getting thin on names, so Matt Turner is probably in, and then I think you see two MLS goalkeepers. I think
Bring back
we're
Zach
seeing
Steffen, baby.
Zach Steffen, and that
Oh,
is
God.
that's what some reports are saying. But I think the other massive part is the striker position, because for so long we've just been bringing in every fucking striker under the sun just because. We've got Sargent, who got 2 assists on the weekend and a goal today. We had Haji get back in the goal tally again today. You have Balogun scoring in 2 straight games. You have Pepe scoring a brace on his first start of the season for PSV. Is Pochettino going to bring 4 kind of strikers? I know Haji now plays more of the wing second striker position, but is he going to bring all 4 of those players, you think?
Daryl DK's almost back. Room for 5?
5. Hey, I do think that Balo would be the biggest name that could be left off, because just the way he plays, and for Poch, the way Poch plays, I don't think he's going to be left off. I think he's our most talented striker, but he doesn't really fit the profile of what Poch usually likes at his number 9.
He's a similar drop into the center, kind of like what Harry Kane did at Tottenham, though. He likes to drop in and
but he's not so much like a creator. He's more like an interchange guy. You know what I mean? Like Harry Kane could drop in and spray a ball out wide and really like get play going that way. He's more of like quick 1-2s, which wasn't really Kane's play, I don't think. So I think he likes a little bit more size at the 9. That could be the only thing that really surprises me. But again, I expect Balo to get a start during the international break, and I expect him to be in the roster, of course. So I think bringing all 4 is fine. I really want to see Sargent get a real shot with this national team. I feel like we haven't seen him play in a U.S. shirt in forever.
I can guarantee he'll pick up a slight knock right before he's supposed to start.
I'll cry, bro. I really do think that he could be at least what I'm looking for out of the 9. So I hope Poch sees it too.
Yeah. At the World Cup, he was certainly looking great before that ankle injury, but that is once again the story of him. He always has some slight knock when it comes to international football. It's tough. Mike, you were about to say something?
I wanted to ask, what is the roster size for this window?
So actually, Palmer, that brings up the next point. You want to bring up that tweet here. This is Tactical Manager, so not 100% accurate here, but about 26. That is, if Weah can make it. He has a knock to his ankle at the moment, but 26 players, so a little bit bigger than the usual 23 or 24. And 2 new names he is reporting is Zach Steffen and Gianluca Busio. Miles Robinson also expected to make the roster. What are your thoughts? 26 players, so certainly room for players to be added in that aren't necessarily in previous rosters, but Zach Steffen, Busio, Robinson, I think of those 3, really the only one I care about is Busio, and I think that one is pretty deserved at this point.
I think it's big. I think you need to bring in as many names. I don't hate the bigger squad. I think it's going to be 2 completely different 11s, and it should be. It's his first time with these players, and let's see who you like, who works in your system, and who's really going to give it all for the shirt. So I like it. We've talked a lot about the limited amount of windows we have, but I still think you need 2, maybe arguably 3 windows to really figure out who Poch's guys are, and then really drill it in as in the lead up to the World Cup of what we're going to be.
Mike, is there any name that Poch brings in and you go, I'm doubting Poch on this one a little bit?
Not really. It's kind of the opposite. I think he shouldn't cross anybody off the list until he's had a chance to work with him.
Jackson Ewell, welcome back to the U.S. men's national team, baby.
We'll get Jackson Ewell and Jordan Peacock back. Shout out to
Morris.
Jordan Morris for sure.
Jordan Morris actually has 14 goals as a striker in MLS.
Don't give a shit.
He's a better shout. He's a better shout than you think.
I don't give a shit. I have a name for you.
Brandon Vasquez.
Okay.
A name that he shouldn't bring. Ricardo Pepi.
You hate Ricardo Pepi. We know this.
I do hate Ricardo.
You're not on the Pepi train.
No,
yeah,
I'm not.
No names. If he brings Brad Guzan, I'll be a little concerned, but that's about it.
Would you, though, with our goalkeeping situation? Who else the fuck is he going to bring?
He's been waiting all this time. Aging like a fine wine.
Fine wine.
Like a block of cheese.
Pochettino's probably getting in like, what the fuck is going on with this goalkeeper situation? I thought that was the one thing Americans were that good at. But
more.
Certainly something to watch. Let us know in the comments as that roster comes out what you thought we got right, what you guys are excited about the roster here, and what you expect to see from it in these games against Panama and Mexico.